Hey guys, welcome back to Lacoon Hub. The red pill is going mainstream and the ones that stand to lose hates it. Men have been talking about what they seek for a long time, but no one listened. Now that we have created a space where we can both educate and learn from other men without mainstream media's twist or control, they are seeking to shut us down. Now why do they oppose a different perspective so much? Is it because we are wrong? Or how it's delivered? Because women expect us to talk to them like women. I'd say no. The real reason the ones that have programmed us doesn't want us unplugged is because they know that men will finally realize that nothing works without them, and they're actually worth more than they're being told they are. And what do humans tend to do when they realize they are valuable? They throw it around. It's what women have always done. Now we all know that society doesn't approve of a balanced scale.
We need to be talking more about the very real threat that Black men pose to Black women, because all of them don't love you the way that you think that they do. And I think that they have a good way of showing that they really just don't care. And so when we talk about the global threat that is Black men, I feel
you've got that one upside down. The global threat to you is the attitude that you think is okay with everyone, not knowing that they're just afraid to tell you that it sucks. You believe you are reserved the right to do whatever you want in public and no one should say anything. You don't listen to your men, but at the same time want their protection. Why would you care about someone that doesn't respect you?
We are not your mothers. You have been weaned from the breast of a woman for years, yet you come to us wounded and half-filled with promises you can only keep half the time, trying to suckle our sense of self dry. And we're going to talk about Black men are trash, okay? So, Black men are trash. Let me explain, okay? Generally speaking, men are trash. And yes, not all men, but men are trash, generally speaking. Or Black men are a specific type of trash. They're the trashiest of trash.
I wonder how she was born. Wouldn't that make you a product of trash?
And I say that because of every ethnicity, every ethnic group that I'm familiar with or others that I've seen, I've never seen any other group apart from Black men that will willfully denigrate, disrespect their women.
Apparently you haven't been alive long enough.
All men are trash, she said.
Really posted this entitled that we kicked out 2 ratchet chicks. Okay, now the two chicks who got kicked out were Black. So that's the first thing that I have. This is the full.
The question people like yourself always fail to ask is why were they the ones to act out? Gen Xers and those before them are the last group of men who consider traditionalism as something worthwhile. And how are they treated by women today? They get dragged all over the place.
Globe, do you have a message for your fans right now, Mr. Depp?
I'm scared to death.
You should be.
I'm frightened and I don't know what to do. I'm confused and I want to go home.
Thing about, and I learned this from Phil Hartman, unfortunately, before he died, I was trying to tell him to get divorced. And I said, just give her half, man. You'll make more money. He goes, it's not half. He goes, it's 2/3. Lawyers take 1/3. It's a goddamn scam. He was furious about it because apparently he had been trying to figure it out, like how to do it. But I had a friend whose ex-wife, dragged it out on purpose.
They've got no problem ripping you off, but when it's their turn to pay, all of a sudden life is unfair.
Because she wanted him to pay the legal bills. So he had to pay for her lawyer, he had to pay for his lawyer, and then he had to pay for all of the times that she decided to change the goalposts and renegotiate. Like there's no one can say that you can't renegotiate. So she would just renegotiate and just drag things out. And her goal was to try to drain him financially. So she was doing this on purpose. Like,
if men in their 50s and older can't live up to the sugar daddy status or being a willing stepfather, women want nothing to do with them. These men have to have something going. The predictable twist on dating now is that young men are now catching on to how they're being manipulated. Most women today want the best of everything without reciprocity. As a man, you are literally called all sorts of derogatory words if you dare ask a woman what value she would bring to your life. Today, one of the most popular answer is, I am the table. Then they'll proceed to exaggerate on what their version of a real man is.
No man, no real man, want no woman that's 100% independent. You know it's cool to be self-sufficient. It's cool to be able to get out here and do your thing and handle your business if you need to, but all that 100% independent, I don't need no nothing type attitude. Listen, that ain't gonna get you nowhere with us, okay? Not no real man, because part of the reason we was even put on earth is to protect and provide. If you don't need me to do none of that, what you want me for?
Let's watch how they twist this to fit their narrative as if they're saying something.
So ladies, do you agree? If a woman is fully independent, is she worthless to a man when it comes to being in a relationship with him?
There goes disingenuous question number 1. Men have no problem with women making their own money. The problem is how those women tend to treat men, especially those who have fallen on hard times and would have to ask her for a favor. If they should have a fight or argument in the future, she will have no problem reminding him of what she's done for him.
He just said, if you don't want me to protect and provide, what do you need me for? I got a list for love, kindness, loyalty, faithfulness, companionship, friendship, laughter, good times. What? You sound I never heard anything so dumb in my whole life. First of all, let me tell you something. A real man is not intimidated by a woman that doesn't need you.
All that was is deflections and shaming tactics. The entire panel here is exactly why men avoid women like these. Men don't have a problem with a woman being self-sufficient. It's that men can tell when they're not appreciated, and it's that I don't need you attitude. Added to that, they're often disrespected because women like yourself don't listen to their men, so they go where their efforts are valued. That's probably a 90% single crowd, by the way. Says something, doesn't it? The point I'm trying to get across is people are upset about red pill wisdom because it's a threat to how they use unaware men to their benefit. But if they would only take the time to understand why more and more men are thinking like this, then they would have to acknowledge how good the opposite gender has it today, instead of telling them how oppressed they are. True red pill men do not despise women. They have finally waken up from the gentleman's stupor and realize not all women deserve that side of them, which leads them to being more cautious of how they vet females. We are not these angry, socially awkward virgins the media is now making us out to be. That is actually their method of trying to get you plugged in again. Now those handful of males that are a part of the matrix trying to enslave men, you have to understand why they're doing it. If they aren't towing the lines of cancel culture, they'll lose their wallet, and with that goes the wife or the girlfriend. So of course they have to follow the narrative. This is what happens to a man that speaks freely, those that go off script.
Y'all keep asking me about this guy, Kevin Samuels. Now, Kevin Samuels is another Steve Harvey type.
That is bullshit.
That gives advice or whatever the case may be. Give ladies advice. He don't give men advice.
They purposefully ignore the truth. He have been giving men advice for way longer. They're just upset that it's now their turn to be criticized.
He's really giving women advice. And he's trying to go viral by things he said. So I was never going to bring him up until my husband came across a video and showed me the video. In this video, he's telling a woman that maybe she's not worthy of the type of man that she wants, that she's 32 years old with a 13-year-old child, and how does she know she's qualified for certain men? Because she was trying to say, like, she liked men, but if they're ugly, stuff like that. He's trying to say, well, what makes you qualified?
You get the point. We all know why they're mad. The tables have turned and they're upset that they're gonna have to put in work. Men are not bending over backwards anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this one right there. Remember to like, comment, and share. If you find value in this message, get it out there on your social media so we can help others. I want to thank you for watching, and as always, be well.